So we've been working our way down this varied new case in the hallway here where every shelf is kind of a different topic. Genre, poetry, philosophy. No, Sweet Pea's favorite section, weirdly. You'll see why. But not Prismo's favorite section. Prismo has strong feelings about this section. I'll let her express them herself sometime. It's really not my story to tell. Well, Squirrel is indifferent. The Penguin Classic section is growing. I call this section Books of Pure Utility. I used to have many more books of this sort. Now I've got these, and it's a motley, uneven assortment. What do you see? I'm going to combine with this a section from the kitchen that I call the kitchen books. These three are best friends. These kitchen books are also books of pure utility. What do I mean by books of pure utility? You know, books about that you need about how certain things work, how to do things. How-to books in some cases, you know. First of all, The Time Trap, how to get more done in less time. This would probably be useful to me. I should probably read it. It predates the internet, I believe, but 1972. Same year that the movie Frogs came out. But I like this cover. It's pretty weird. Why is there like a bomber sight on it? This is a unique resource. Secrets from Bottom Line's Great Experts. 101 Ways to Live Healthier, Wiser, Wealthier, Wiser, and Happier too. The most tax-free gain when you sell your home. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's another utility book sitting around. Let me go get it. What if you read this and just transformed your life? This was the book that did it for you. I was all, man, you were really not doing well. And what happened? Well, I read Secrets from Bottom Line's Great Experts. 100 Ways to Live Healthier, Wiser, Wealthier, Wiser, ... and Happier too. You know, I just really took it serious. It's the thing. Just about anything, you could turn it into like the basis for morality or something. I did a whole video on these Tom Brown Jr. Wilderness Guidebooks, but these are the kinds of books that will be like gold bricks after the fall of civilization. Field Guide to Living with the Earth, my personal favorite, and then one I have a long history with, Guide to Nature Observation and Tracking. This one's so good, interesting. The first half is just all about seeing and getting more out of nature. It transformed the way I see things, and it has great exercises. Wilderness survival, you gotta know it. The wild, edible, and medicinal plants. My method is I just eat it all, whatever, let's see what happens. Something bad happens, I do not eat that one again. Here's that sort of thing. A Foxfire book. Hog dressing, log cabin building, mountain crafts and foods. Planting by the Signs, snake lore, haunting tales, faith healing. Moonshining and other affairs of planet. This just sounds like a great read, honestly. Sounds like an amazing lore. Oh, and it's full of, oh, this is a beautiful book. No wonder it's famous. This was like meant to inspire people to go live different. Yeah, 68 and 69. Wow. This is a key text for a real movement that begat many communes, including Taos and Placitas. So did the whole Earth catalog. Oh, man. A, great title, The Forgotten Art of Building a Stone Wall. B, yeah, that's probably really interesting. I do want to know about that. Maybe I'll build one someday. It was a long ago gift from in-laws, and then in-laws, and it seems like a good thing to have in your house. It's like a whole thing about home repair. Tells you how to banish the spirits with sage and incantations. No. You gotta know this stuff. I would be probably a more complete person if I just like read a book like this sometime. I'd have it around at least. Nice. Oh, this is like survival in Alaska. Does this belong in utility? No, it really doesn't. I'm gonna put this in nonfiction. Though maybe it is full of tips and tricks. Even so, it's too specialized. I don't live there. This is something I've acquired. For one of my distant dreams is I want to kayak from Anchorage, Alaska, along the Aleutian Arm. That's the first part of the trip. Do that over one long summer season. And then you winter at Unalaska, a town of about 5,000 around here. And then you island hop all the way to Russia. It's been this dream I've had for a long time. And I've got a few books on the Aleutians and it's just such a beautiful place. It's also known as birthplace of the winds, so that's insane. Maybe if I ever have a lot of money, we could have like a support boat and, I don't know, make a show out of it or something. A big group of people would be fun. When my kids are a little more grown, my book is out. Just wait here for the time being. I'll find a place for you later. That book just went to a really sinister boarding school. This is just kind of an interesting one. The Knowledge, How to Rebuild Our World from Scratch. It's maybe a little more narrative in some ways, but I think it's got a narrative that ties it all together, but still, even so. Cool. Guide to Wilderness First Aid. I took a wilderness first aid class before I had that outdoor wilderness camp job summer before this one. This was our textbook. I sure hate a spiral binding. It offends me aesthetically. Those spirals are neat. That just doesn't belong on a bookshelf. Come on, get out of here. No, it's fine. Okay, so that's all the shelf of pure utility. Who cares? The motto of this section could be, sometimes you need books like this. Those Tom Browns are really great. There's a menu. Look, it's my mom's distinctive handwriting. Sloppy Joe's. Tacos. Cube steak. Hamburger noodle casserole. These are Mormon recipes from someone of Ohio Mountain descent. Mormon, Arizona recipe. I guess these were also just like meal ideas or something. Hot dogs, salad, chips, or soup. Yeah, I think that's what she was doing. 7 kids, you gotta feed them fast. Banquet chicken. Oh, maybe when we were in Austria, she had to do these big meals for all these missionaries. These were the planned. I think that's what this might be here. Let me see what's this title. Menus. Yeah, probably. Probably had to do with Vienna, Austria. We had this like giant banquet room. Seat like dozens of people. That was a weird part of my childhood. And that house had like secret tunnels underneath it. It was amazing. What's this say? September 1987. Wow. That's great to see that date there. Vegetables, beef soup, brötchens. Those are these delicious crusty rolls with soft insides. They used to sell in Austria when I was there. Probably still do. Well, this one was 39 cents at some point. It's Save On. First aid. This is good. If there's ever a real emergency here, I'll have a book to rummage through while someone chokes or has a seizure. It'll make me feel purposeful. I can't find. Let's just call. This was a gift from I think a Christmas gift from my eccentric, very politically minded friend, Thomas. He's awesome. He always calls me up and he's all, I hope you've got a pen and paper handy because I've got a book you've got to read. It's always a nonfiction political book. Left-leaning, always left-leaning. He's the last of the old school, like early 1900s Democrats somehow. But these are meals. What do they have to do? Zuzu's ginger snaps. Does she ever eat ginger snaps? Mulled wine, that might be in there. Clarence's angel food cake. Okay. Well, I do love the movie It's a Wonderful Life, I suppose. It's all right. Barnes and Noble. When I was vegetarian, this was my absolute favorite cookbook. I had a whole shelf completely filled, like a shelf space in the kitchen at the old house, cookbooks, and we never used them. Like, we used a couple of them. That's 20 years ago. I loved this one. There's a Japanese eggplant recipe in here that is so good. And, even though I was only vegetarian for like a decade, really for my first marriage, I feel like I have a lot more vegetables in my diet because of it. Like when I go to Subway, like they're always like, whoa, you get lots of stuff. It's because, I used to get only that. Yeah, this is a good one. Good cookbook. I had so many cookbooks and got rid of them. Oh, I must have taken out an old inscription from a previous relationship. The Yellow Pages phone book. Wow, look how thin it is now. Nobody uses it. They won't even store the old ones at the library because they say this kind of paper is a fire hazard. I was trying to find out where was Circuit City in Albuquerque in 2004 or something. Just some dumb thing that I needed to check for a nonfiction thing. That's a really hard thing to find, to try to ascertain something like this. Because I kind of had this memory that I was conflating with a place It was wrong, I think. I remembered, well, I also never know what the multiverse. How do you spell Bernstein? Soon people are going to be like, you mean Bernstein? Last but not least, one that I was looking through, Book of Secrets. I mean, kind of wild branding. It's interesting. It seems like there should be like a liquor bottle or something when you open it up. Like a syringe outline. But this is kind of interesting. Man, there used to be so many, pre-internet, there were so many interesting like anthology type books and compilations and almanacs and things. I don't think anyone would ever get excited about such things anymore, but they used to like form the centerpiece of an apartment sometime. If you had a copy of like the Book of Lists kicking around, everybody would look at that thing sometime. This guy was born with a demon face on his back, an absorbed twin, and it would never stop either crying or laughing. He took his own life. Cool, glad we have that book. We follow their adventures anyway. Tonight, my apparently kind of weirder than I thought writing group wants to do a seance of this figure. The Albuquerque Press Club. She's who the resident ghost there supposedly is. So that's something to look forward to. Okay, only one more section in this case to look at. Drama. I may do a video sometimes on books that ended up on the wall. Means we'll have looked on this channel, if you go back and look at the old videos, folks, at every bookcase here. These are all the chapter books for younger readers. Looked at all them. We looked at the anthology section, right there. We looked at the booklet section. Genre and poetry, philosophy and utility. So we just gotta look at the drama and at the secret closet shelf of kids' picture books that my children don't want me to get rid of. All right, so books of utility. Is there a point to them? Are they the only books we should read? You know how sometimes people are like, I only read nonfiction. Why would I read fiction? Just watching the movie Sideways, and there's a scene of people talking like that. So much real stuff in this world. Why would you want to deal with fake stuff? I say take that all the way. If you're going to be like that, you should only read like science textbooks and guides to maintaining your vehicle. Who even knows? All I know is this book's going to be awesome. I have finished the introduction, so all I need to write is the afterword and then finish that one chapter, which means doing 7 interviews. But other than that, it is completely done. I will do a pass-through or two where I read it all. I read it obsessively for a few weeks, but these are like, this thing is like already made out of existing items. They have been polished and filled with patterns and meaning and all that. So, I don't know. Remember this channel's motto, once I reach 10,000 subscribers, I'm just going to pile all the books in a big pile in the parking lot and burn them. That's what they deserve. They made me live in my head my whole life and robbed me of meaningful experience and human connection. Thanks, books. What's that have to do with your follower count? Shh. Nah, books are cool. You love when the little footrest is out, don't you? It's a good movie, smartly written. Watching the actor's commentary on it right now. Alright, well, we may forget, but Sammy remembers. I come back from this thing tonight talking in a different voice. Somebody splashed some holy water at me or something. Just gave away some doubles. Always refining, curating. I do obey Prismo's mind prompts, so I don't get the shocks that she can deliver with her mind. These cats can do this, and it's tiresome. Tell me to dance, and I must dance where I get the shocks. Alright, well, I'm drawn to the swamps, back to the swamps. That imagery has been in my life a lot lately. I do love a swamp. I always like them freak terrains, the desert, the swamp. I really like a cliffside ecosystem. Well, you know how it goes. Follower count of this channel is kind of climbing again. I had completely stopped. So cool. Still have not solved the so-called lament configuration, as the shopkeeper called it. But I will. He said something really cool happens when you do. Alright, if you're rich, I'm at Michael Farrell Smith on PayPal. Send me some money and I'll put you in my book. I'm serious. Dead serious. That's me. Alright, books of utility. The books, it's helpful to have. Like lately, I wish I had a couple of good books on cleaning still, because I've wanted to like do a deeper clean of my house. Think about stuff I'm missing and so on. Apartment. I don't have any of those anymore. Used to have this one called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. And another that was written by like a columnist. Alright. Peace out, everybody.